So I'm going to be doing a disassemble, reassemble while naming parts. Islam, peace and love. Make sure y'all going out and get y'all some arms. Go out, get y'all some ammo. All right. Let me know when you're starting the time.
Ready?
Or let me know when to start.
Ready, set, go.
Take down pen. Pivot pen. Buffer spring and tube, lower receiver. Upper receiver, charger handle, bolt carrier, firing pin, retaining pin, firing pin, bolt cam pin, bolt carrier. Gonna put back together. Bolt in the bolt carrier. Bolt cam pin. Firing pin. Firing pin, retaining pin. Buffer spring and tool back into the lower receiver. Pivot pin. Charger handle and bolt carrier glue back in the upper receiver.
206.
206?
Yes.
Wow. And that last one was a takedown pin. So 206 on the disassemble and reassemble of the AR. And that's it. It's long. So mothers, don't be afraid to carry. It's not hard. It's not challenging. Even if y'all have some questions, like, reach out to me if you need to talk to another mother. Reach out, reach out, reach out. It's long. So that was 2 minutes
and 6 seconds.
2 minutes and 6 seconds for disassemble and reassemble while naming the parts. 2 minutes and 6 seconds. 2 minutes and 6 seconds. That's it. Moors are not domestic terrorists. No, Moors are not domestic terrorists. We have the right to bear arms. We enforce the Constitution. Moors are not domestic terrorists. Y'all have any questions, let me know. Do I look like a domestic terrorist? Like, really? Do I look like a domestic terrorist?
Peace, 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 peace. I'm Ami Salam Mel. Thank you for watching. Thank you for joining us. update for you on the Rise of the Moors Wakefield Standoff case. Well, a really small update on about the case, and then we have the more large update that's connected to it, which the video that you just saw featuring Iyanga Bay. But first, let's get to the Rise of the Moors information. According to court documents for both Jamal Latimer, aka Jamal Abdullah Talib Bey, and also Quinn Cumberlander. They both have a Zoom appearance scheduled in court for March 2nd at 9 a.m. Again, Jamal and Quinn Cumberlander both have a Zoom appearance scheduled for court March 2nd at 9 a.m. And so I'll have more updates after that court date. There's some other things that's kind of going on with the case, but I'm really waiting until there's an actual court date to give you a more extensive update on the Rise of the Moors militia group in particular. But today, the update is about Iyanga Bay. Now, the video that you just saw to start the video actually happened on June 13th, 2021, which was before the Rise of the Moors incident in Wakefield I-95 even took place. About 3 weeks before it happened. And then after the event, on September 8th, 2021, Iyanga Bay, as well as some other Moorish individuals, went up to the courthouse to support the Rise of the Moors for one of their court appearances. And during that time, and Iyanga apparently traveled from Arkansas to Massachusetts for the court date to show her support for the Rise of the Moors. And during that court date, the Massachusetts police or sheriffs, officers around the area spotted several of the Moorish individuals' cars that didn't have regular license plates. They had, it was quoted as homemade Moorish plates. And so as the Moorish individuals, Iyanga Bay, one of them, were exiting the courthouse, the police basically stopped them from leaving the parking lot where they parked their vehicles, and then were going to tow the vehicles. And then in the process of that, she ended up being charged with several. Well, actually, I'll stop right there. I'll let her explain, and then we'll come back.
Peace and love, Islam, to those who have been checking on me. I appreciate you. I am well, all is well. Yesterday during the Rise of the Moors hearing, some Moors and myself stepped out after getting word that they were going to be towing some cars from the lot that we were parked in. So we went out to the cars to move the cars. And as I was pulling out of the parking lot, a state trooper blocks the parking lot, pulls up swiftly, blocks the parking lot, which of course that shows that it was planned. They were sitting there waiting to see who was going to be getting into the car, as well as some other cars that was in the lot. The policy enforcer gets out of his car and approaches mine swiftly, telling me to turn off the car, get out the car, which I didn't. He comes up to the window, he grabs the car door, snatches the car door open, attempts to snatch me out, which I told him to get his hands off of me. He reached into the car trying to turn the car off. And then he started asking what the subject matter was, and he said it was registration, and he wanted to see paperwork on the car. which I pulled out paperwork on the car. He, you know, they're not trying to look at nothing like that. They're not trying to look at nothing. All they're trying to do is freaking violate. So he didn't look at that. He had another agenda. You know, there's always another agenda. So he ended up saying that the car was going to be towed. And, you know, it was planned because it was already a tow truck en route. As we were walking out the courthouse, like it's clear that it was all a setup, like really a setup. And eventually they were saying that they're going to be towing the car. They're not going to let us, you know, move without the car being towed. And eventually, it was Trooper Crowley. Is his name, Trooper Crowley, and another policy enforcer was at the passenger side of the car. Was at the passenger side of the car, in which, you know, my daughter was sitting over there, in which they was trying to snatch both of us out the car, in which I told them, don't put your hands on my daughter, get your hands off my daughter. And the trooper that was on that side was like, I could do whatever I want. I could touch whoever I want. To keep him from putting his hands on my daughter, we both chose to step out the car. And they were saying that they was about to just tow the car. I could go pick the car up. And when I stepped out of the car, Trooper Crowley grabs me by my arm. I was trying to snatch my arm away. He grabs me by my arm, slams me up against the car, and proceed to put handcuffs on me. Of course, other Moors were present. Some Moors may have footage. I know some Moors have footage. But after he slammed me up against the car, eventually they put me in the back of the trooper car and started unlawfully searching my car without probable cause, of course, in which they end up finding a firearm in the trunk. In which it was secured in the trunk out of everybody's reach who traveled in the car. So whatever they're pushing in terms of what's going on with the firearm it's all a lie. They're trying to say that the firearm was loaded, in which it was not loaded. Make sure y'all not listening to the media. Seriously, make sure you're not listening to the media. Trust your own blood, trust your own before you trust a stranger. Don't be listening to the media. They're going to keep twisting stuff they've been twisting, and this ain't nothing new. After they got the firearm, they ended up taking me down to the station, in which they just held me down there. They were just holding me down there, telling me that I could possibly get arraigned the same day and released the same day. In which after they held me so long that I wasn't able to do a same day arraignment, but they were able to give me bail. I was able to do bail. Yeah, y'all should know this. Like, for real, y'all should know this by now. I'm just looking at y'all comments. But initially they were trying to do 3 charges. The charges were unregistered vehicle, unlicensed, and possession, in which, of course, neither one of those are charges. Neither one of those, my apologies, neither one of those are crimes. And after sitting there for a while, this Albion female trooper comes in there and was, speaking silently with Trooper Crowley, and they were talking about adding charges. So I was like, you know, what the hell y'all talking about back there, talking about adding charges? And that's when he was like, oh, well, I'm gonna tell you when I get done, da 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 da. We can add charges later if we want to, da 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 da. So initially it was 3. They did end up adding more. Not exactly sure what's going to be the final, because they do what the hell they want to do, because we're allowing this shit to happen. But I end up doing bail, and they got me set to do an arraignment this rising at 8:30, 9 o'clock at a different location. The jurisdiction of that courthouse of Malden District Court is actually in Somerville. So it's going to be held at Somerville District Court, which is located at 175 Fells Way in Somerville, Massachusetts. Zip is 02145. Somerville District Court, 175 Fells Way, Somerville, Mass. 02145. I just really wanted to point out how they really don't want us rising, in which we're gonna rise regardless. They're not stopping nothing. The prophet said, I placed the ball on Babylon. Anybody that get in the way is gonna be ground to powder. Anybody that gets in the way. What's interesting about this particular situation and Rise of the Moors situation is that it's like the same thing. That's how you know they really be on some BS. They handle these things by case basis, because these are the exact same charges. These are the exact same wannabe charges. Possession, unregistered, unlicensed, possession of ammunition, possession of improper storage. They claim improper storage. It's the same thing, but how is it that they held these brothers? But I'm out here. It's always something behind this. I'm telling you, this is the exact same thing. You know there's an agenda when we have the exact same charges. And for y'all that's saying, oh, you don't need a firearm, you don't need this, you don't need that. Fine, you ain't got to carry if you don't want to, but I don't do things because people tell me to do them. Don't carry because you're not supposed to. Ain't nobody instilling fear in me. I'm not fearful. All is well. I'm good. I'm peaceful. Peace is not about no conflict, but remaining still in the midst of chaos. Another thing I want to point out is while I was unlawfully detained, 2 men came in claiming that they were troopers, but they more than likely were not troopers because they were dressed differently, looked differently, wasn't really showing their badges or anything like that. But they took me into a room asking me questions about Rise of the Moors, interrogating about Rise of the Moors. They don't want us rising. They don't want us rising. Ask them questions about Rise of the Moors. Who is the organization? What are their beliefs? How long have you known them? How often do y'all meet? Do y'all meet every year? What is this? What is that? It's a lot more that was said. A lot more that they were asking. How long have you been to Moor? Who told you? They really just be trying to catch you up. Y'all know that in the Rosa Moore's case, ain't no violations of the Constitution, ain't no violations of the treaty. Rosa Moore's hasn't violated anything. There was no crime committed. There is no injured party. And the same thing in this case. There is no injured party. All they're going to continue doing is infringing on people's rights. And they are watching. Just so y'all know. I know y'all know they watching. They watching. And they watching closely. Also be mindful to watch your own. Like, seriously, watch your own. Because some of your own in turbans and fezzes, like, you already know. You already know. Read The Art of War. Read The Art of War. Some things is not necessarily about, oh, we don't want them to know what we're doing, but you don't want them to know what we're doing. They're going to find out anyway, but move in private, move in silent. Don't be telling everybody your next move. Don't be telling everybody when you're going to meet, when you're going to organize. Because they are watching. And anybody who's pushing mass knowledge, anybody who can be an example to the masses, to the nation, they want to take them down, okay? Especially the ones who are out front, especially the ones who are doing things that nobody else is doing. They don't want those powerful people being examples. They're aware of what we're capable of if we unite. They want to see us divided. And these people that's out here yelling chapter 25, y'all just reading. Y'all ain't comprehending chapter 25. People at home twiddling thumbs, waiting for a news article, and that's how they find out what happened, instead of being there and knowing what happened. And y'all can say y'all don't, have nothing to do with the situation, but we all Moors. They speak against one, they speak against all. They really don't want powerful women speaking. They don't want us influencing this nation. They know what we're capable of. Yes, Islam, the Black Messiah Act. And y'all saying what are they ignoring the treaties? Are they ignoring the Constitution? They've been doing it, and they're going to keep on doing it. They're going to keep on doing it. Because we're allowing them to do it. Make sure y'all be mindful of who y'all dealing with. Make sure y'all be mindful of what y'all saying, doing, and choosing to say on social media. Be mindful that stuff is public. They are watching. They will reach out to you. Like, they will reach out to you. Agents will contact you. And I ain't talking about what everybody else saying, just blatantly calling everybody an agent. No, agents will contact you.
They will reach out and try to see what you will say. Are you willing to say anything? We're gonna rise regardless, y'all. It don't even matter which way things are looking. Like, I'm good. I'm good. It's all gonna end up in our hands. They don't even know what's coming for them. Bring around the boxcars. Anybody that's speaking against Rise of the Moors and what happened on the July 3rd date, anybody who has something to say about this situation, look at their motives. For real, look at their motives. Because it's already people putting out videos. Rami already put out a video. Rami Salami, or whatever y'all calling him now, already putting out videos saying, if you support Rise of the Moors, be careful on how you support them. Just so y'all know, everything that I do is because I'm choosing to do it. Nobody is influencing my actions or my decisions. I am who I am. I am that I am. Nobody's influencing my actions or my decisions. Y'all better stop claiming y'all black, Negro, and colored. And know who you are. For real. And stand on it regardless. Stand on it regardless. Don't be bribed into saying, you something else just for a benefit. We are under colonial occupation, and we can't unite, so everything that's going on is going to continue going on. We are rising. I got this arraignment at 8:30, 9 o'clock. I gotta be at. I already put the address out. You just have to watch it again. If you're just not tuning in, make sure y'all read chapter 13 in Mysteries of the Silent Brotherhood. Make sure y'all reading the Prophet's literature. Make sure y'all continue to get prepared for what's to come, because it is coming, whether you're ready or not. It shouldn't take a situation like this for y'all to realize how real this shit is. Always be mindful of the actions that you take and what may come with it, which I'm aware of what may come with all actions that I take, and I still stand on it. Ain't no crimes been committed. I'm not freaking dangerous, or I wouldn't be right here. They wouldn't have let me out of there yesterday. I'm good. I'm well. My main concern with that whole situation was my daughter, making sure my daughter's good. Of course, if y'all want to assist in any manner from a distance, financially, my Cash App tag is the cash tag Iyanga 432 IYANGA 432 Iyanga 432 IYANGA 432. If y'all want to assist financially in any type of way, I do have to go and pick up the car later today, as well as make it back to my domicile. So I would definitely appreciate y'all's support. The bond amount yesterday was 240 notes. 240 notes. They wanted 240 notes. And like Grand Sheik Cujo said, color of law. For real. Why wasn't Rise of the Moors released? Why wasn't? Ask yourselves that. Ask yourselves that. Why are they still there with no probable cause, no injured party, no crime committed? Why is Rise of the Moors still being unlawfully detained? Ask yourselves that. With the exact same charges, I received a $240 bail. They don't want Rise of the Moors being an influence. Jamal knows this shit. I don't care what nobody say. The brother knows this shit, all right? You've seen it. He stood on his square that day. And don't get to thinking the square is external or something you could see. The square is about conduct. Read your Quran. Read about the tools. Read about your tools. His conduct was square the whole time. That's why they're still breathing. To be a well-regulated militia as protected by the Constitution, well-regulated means well-trained, well-organized. And they're definitely well-trained, well-organized, as well as disciplined. In the Second Amendment, where it talks about the right of the people to keep and bear arms. Who does the right belong to? The people. Keep and bear arms. Yesterday, Trooper Crowley got to speaking on I had asked him if he took an oath to the Constitution, which I know they take oaths to the Constitution to uphold the Constitution. And then I got to asking him about the rights protected by the Constitution, and he's, I don't know about those rights. How you take an oath to uphold the Constitution and you don't even know what rights are protected by the Constitution? They don't want to see us operating. They don't want to see us operating the way that we do. They know how we operate. They know that there are Moors who choose to not register their cars because we don't have to. It's private property. Private property is protected by the Constitution. And for people that say, oh, this don't work and that don't work, it's just not enough people enforcing it. Because the thing is what I've been doing has been working. This situation planned. There's already an article out where they're speaking on people being targeted. We were harassed. I was harassed. My daughter was harassed. Moors that were standing around assisting were harassed. They're violating the Constitution, right to bear arms, 4th Amendment, 5th Amendment, 2nd Amendment, 1st Amendment. Make sure y'all really paying attention to what's going on, and I mean paying attention, not listening to what other people say. Find out for yourself and know. Find out for yourself and know. Start questioning things. For real. That's all I got for now. All is well, y'all. All is well. Like I said, y'all want to support hashtag Iyanga 432, IYANGA 432, IYANGA 432. And like I said, I'm more so concerned, for my daughter. And I do have to travel back to my domicile as well as pick up the car today. Islam, y'all. Islam. Peace and love.
You heard her explain, and this was the day after where she was speaking, but she ended up being charged with, let me get the actual quote to be specific for the charges. She was charged with possession of a firearm, improper storage of a firearm, possession of a large capacity weapon or feeding device, and possession of ammunition without a firearms identification card. Police also charged her with operating an uninsured and unregistered vehicle, being an unlicensed driver, and attaching a license plate. So those are the charges that she received for the incident in September 8th in Massachusetts. And, the one thing that I want to highlight about her description of the events is that she highlighted that she was interrogated by police, someone, in the police department about the rise of the Moors. I thought that was very interesting. And then the most up-to-date current news that happened is yesterday, 2/23, February 23rd, 2022. Iyanga Bay, news broke that Iyanga Bay was arrested. Well, actually, let me play the audio footage for you of her speaking about the incident. It's a bit difficult to hear, but afterwards we'll come back and I'll kind of clarify and clear it up, at least to the best of my ability and what I heard.
Your call will end in 1 minute. They gotta be isolated, because I'm not wearing a freaking mask, and I ain't gonna wear one. Y'all need to take y'all place amongst your family men. Really, really. I appreciate you, Precious, Joe. I sound like a leader or something like that, though.
Yeah, they just said it. We'll just, stay strong.
I reach out when I can, just long,
All right. So in the clip, I listened to it several times to try to get a clear understanding of what she was saying. And from what I heard, it was that about 8 marshal cars pulled up to her house and kicked her door down, threw her down and arrested her, ransacked her home. That she is currently awaiting an extradition hearing in Arkansas to be extradited back to Massachusetts to face those charges that happened from September 8, 2021. And then also I have a statement that gives a bit more information about the incident. And this is coming from in Canada of a different group, but a group that is connected with the Rise of the Moors militia group and also Ayanga Bay. And it says, "Good day, I am Kujo Adwa El, and I am in support of my sister Ayanga Sekmet Bay, who was taken into custody today under unconstitutional color of law practices by the state of Massachusetts and U.S. Marshals. She is being held in Pulaski County Jail. Massachusetts is currently attempting to push a fraudulent conviction of innocent men with no probable cause to do so, no injured party nor damaged property, lack of jurisdiction, and loads of other trespasses, and they are attempting to bring Ayanga Bay as part of that color of law and color of authority unconstitutional trial. As the sheriff of," and this sentence I'm a bit unclear about. "As the sheriff of the county, I am requesting the release of this innocent mother due to the corruption happening in this case from start to the present." It says that this is the Cujo. It says, "As the sheriff of the county, I am requesting the release of this innocent mother due to the corruption happening in this case from start to the present." Now, it states that he had sent this to Sheriff Eric Higgins, Little Rock, Arkansas. So I don't know if he was attempting to say, "As the sheriff of the county, I am requesting you to release." I I don't understand why he may be calling himself a sheriff, because he is in Canada, and this is happening in Arkansas related to a case in Massachusetts. So that part, I apologize, it just was a bit confusing. He continues on and says, she is not a criminal, sovereign citizen, anti-government, or any other labels that have been placed on them in order to establish this fake narrative to criminalize these individuals. It continues on and it says, at her last online court appearance, she was given an order not drive. She has upheld that order. Then they tell her to show up to court en masse, which is 20 plus hours away, and the only way she can get there is by car, which the bail order said don't drive. This is a violation of her right to due process since all her other court dates were online. She is not a criminal or a threat to anyone. To date, there is no true probable cause for arrest, corpus delicti, injured party in parentheses, nor crime committed, and disorganized efforts to conspire and discriminate are well documented. Holding Iyangabe is cruel and unusual punishment. I am pleading with you to step in and rectify this matter by ordering the release of Iyangabe, as it appears the courts of Massachusetts and law enforcement will continue their unconstitutional actions. Yeah, so that is the current information regarding Iyangabe, that she is currently being held in jail, awaiting an extradition hearing from Arkansas, what I appear to believe Arkansas, to go back to Massachusetts to face those charges from September 8th. In regards to the rise of the Moor's militia group, as more information develops with the case, or if anything happens before March 2nd that's significant, I'll give you an update. But if not, and I'm going to try to see if I can actually tap in and watch the Zoom myself on March 2nd. But if not, after that date, I'll give you an update on that. That is all for now in regards to the rise of the Moor's Wakefield Standoff case. Also, actually, last thing, I wanted to just to make this clear, that Iyangabe, from what I've seen in the evidence, is that she is not an actual member of the Rise of the Moors, but just a supporter of the Rise of the Moors, and just with that, she ended up being, as she claimed, interrogated about them. So that is just something to be mindful of. If you do support the Rise of the Moors, that just putting that out there for you. And also to clarify again, for those that may not know, true Moorish Americans, we follow the teachings of Noble Drew Ali, who founded the Moor Science Temple of America and the Moorish Divine National Movement. The teachings and beliefs and actions of Jamal and the Rise of the Moors militia group is something completely different and separate from the teachings that Noble Drew Ali brought forth for Moorish Americans. So just to make that distinction, if anybody wasn't clear before. Yeah, that's all for now. Till next time, peace, much love. Love instead of hate. Love is the key. Love is the way. Much love to you and yours. And pray for everybody involved in this case. Pray for everybody in the world right now. There's a lot going on. Pray for peace. Pray for healing. Yeah.